that Nnamdi Kanu, has always and we continue to defeat them here in Nigeria court, and as if Nigeria court are wanting to secretly, move this trial so that the Biafrans will not get the most stringent information they need to what to nail someone to nail Nnamdi Kanu. And with this now, it's as if they want to secretly try Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody and probably move him to Kenya to do whatever they want to do. Because the British, we know their hands are not clean as regards Nnamdi Kanu. They've not come out to say anything as regards arrest. What's your take as regards?
I think these things are very clearly, that the reason why the Fulanis under Buhari went for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to make sure that these guys now does not raise their voice in any form. But unfortunately for them, fate have a way, of saving their life. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's life was saved. Simon Ekpa's life was also saved, and they were not able to kill him in Kenya, So miraculously, Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned back to Nigeria, and it was exposed to the world, And the people who exposed this information were people who were with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. Because they needed to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu somewhere in Kenya for 8 days to watch how people are going to react, whether anybody know what happened and all that. But the news went everywhere, and that was why they brought him back to Nigeria 8 days after, and it did not stop there. Buhari and his cohort, the Fulani, felt otherwise, that the only thing they needed to do is to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody so that they could not to carry out whatever agenda they want to carry out, and since they could not succeed, so they kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for years, 5 years plus now, without trial. What a wickedness! What a hatred! For years, the world are watching, because one day, what will be used against Nigeria by the superpowers, by the world leaders, will surprise as many as all these things that are happening now. It's been documented. So you can see now that it is becoming a public something, how the trial is going. The same Fulani now instructed Bola Ahmed Tinubu what to do. Then they decided to move him because there is pressure. Already the Kenyan government has budgeted over $20 billion for that compensation because they contravene the Commonwealth law, the international law. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to seek for compensation. William Ruto has made several statements, that why is it that all of a sudden the Kenyan women are marrying our wives now? Nigerian Igbo people are marrying our Kenyan women now more. He made that statement. So what I'm saying at this point is that it becomes very clearly that they want to go from the back door and return Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that is one of the reasons why, because they have seen that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have consistently, even the last court outing, you can see what transpired there. He won. So that kind of case being on the public space, create some level of sensitivity on the side of Omotocho to be able to give judgment, because people are watching. Not only you be judged now, there are other people too. So Nigerians are watching. But for them now to have decided, for the Fulani to have instructed Bola Ahmed Tinubu to move him for secret trial or whatever, there is allegations and there are reports everywhere that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is already in Kenya, but is going to be returned in Kenya. The reason why he is not in court today, the reason why he is being sent to Kenya, and they are going to return him back in a few days, and they are trying to do a kind of negotiation, get the Commonwealth nations involved on the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But they have gone beyond that. The lawyers are not losing sleep. The IPOB command is expanding all over the world, like you can see. The strength of IPOB is growing on a daily basis. The Biafran government in exile is doing exploits. You can see the recent Washington embassy. You can see a lot of things. Yes, we agree. The freest nation in the world is trying the first European agitator to be tried in court, Simon Ekpa. The first African to be tried in European court for agitation of sovereignty. Breaking of record. So that is a very clear thing now. But the Igbo leaders, the likes of Ojuzo Kalu, Benjamin, all these guys that are there now, we know the reason why they are there. They are not there on their own. They are just there cosmetically to look as if, you know, the Igbo system in the Nigeria has Igbo system in their blood or in their government. Igbo has been incorporated into the system. God, this guy does not represent the Igbo people. They represent the Fulani political conquest agenda, including the governors. And that is why I can tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become law and order anytime, any day. And whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says is final. Whether they're going to take him to Kenya, whether they're going to from Kenya take him to UK, that is their business. But I can tell you that in trying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the first place is criminality. There's no competent court of jurisdiction that can try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What we are seeing, the alliance of the Yorubas and the Northerners to handle this matter like this, after they went and brought James Omotosho, who is a Wike ally. We know the controversial judgment they passed in Rivers State against the governor of Rivers State, now on suspension, Simi Fubara. The same thing they want to do on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. But I can tell you, the people are watching. The Igbo people are watching. Either they want to use it as a negotiation, whatever, you want to keep Nnamdi Kanu there and go to whatever you are having with the North. That is your business. But we know, actually, that to an extent, some prominent international community organizations have told Nigeria their stand. And they are watching to see what is going to happen at the end of the day. The Indian government has sent delegates already. You know, the Canadian government has sent delegates already. The Israeli government has sent delegates already. The American government has sent delegates already. And you think those delegates, it does not matter anything to Nigeria. It does not make any sense. It's just ordinary delegates. You don't know that, you know, they are counting it for Nigeria. That one day, they will open book for Nigeria. And will tell you, so and so time, these are the steps we have taken, but you ignored us. But unfortunately, a certain president trying to be part of the Fulani agenda to destroy Biafra and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not stand.
Okay, but a lot of people have said, you know, the DSS, the Nigeria court or Joshua moving this, you know, continuous trial to the DSS custody. Do you not think, because they say they want to what? They want to, you know, probe the container that Nnamdi Kanu brought in, you know, from Britain, you know, back then 2017. Do you not think that some people are saying this government might even possibly, or the Fulanis might plant bomb in that container and put false allegation on Nnamdi Kanu? Do you see this?
Of course, Nigeria can never be trusted for anything. Nigeria cannot even trust their own leadership. Nigeria cannot even trust Nigeria. So where do we stand from? You know, so you can see that everything is heading towards balkanization, you know, of Nigeria. You know, a disintegration of Nigeria. Every Nigerian is working towards the disintegration, including the presidency, including the judiciary, including the INEC. All of them are working towards disintegration of Nigeria. So what makes Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case different? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case cannot be different from the reality on ground. The military is working against Nigeria disintegration. The police is working to make sure Nigeria disintegrate. The Fulanis are working. The politicians are doing the same thing. So what makes Nnamdi Kanu's case different? So that is the suspicious that's been built around what we are talking about today. But what is transmitter in the first place? Can anybody just tell me what transmitter is? You know, transmitter, is it a radio? Is it a phone? Because a phone, it can also be a transmitter. I don't know what they mean by transmitter, that they understand that they say because of transmitter they want to move the matter to DSS. No, it sounds ridiculous, honestly, on that note, if actually it is because of transmitter. Anybody can open. How many minutes does it open to the smartest transmitter? You know, and transmitter for me is not a weapon. It's not an atomic energy, an atomic bomb. It's not a nuclear arsenal. Transmitter is a device like phone that can be used by anybody. So why are they now saying otherwise over the issue of transmitter? My brother, I don't think it is the transmitter that is the issue. It is the Fulani agenda that has refused to work. They are trying to see how it is going to work. But unfortunately, that guy you are seeing there was once a scrap, but now he has become a machine. Nobody.
Okay, but what's your take as regards the Southeast? Because a lot of people have alluded to the fact that the Southeast politicians are the one encouraging the Fulanis and the Tinubu government not to release Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
While some are saying it's the Fulani that not the Southeast government.
I see. They have already planted the Southeast governors there. So the Southeast governors are already playing with the gallery. So they cannot say no. If they say no, there will not be money for them. There will not be political position for them. They will not go to the Senate like Ojus Okalu. They will not become deputy speaker and be jumping up, which is a disgrace. They cannot be supervising their oil in their father's land. They turn to security where other people are taking it. That is what we are talking about. So they will not be talking about every month everybody should go to Abuja and hold his plate and wait until they give you a cup of rice and you come back. The Igbo man is going there. The Yoruba man is going there. The Middle Belt man is going there. So, because they heard it, that was what Gowon wanted. Now everybody is turning to Abuja. If you don't go to Abuja, how will you survive? That is the strategy I'm talking about. That is called political conquest. And that is why you can see among all the killings up and down, the Eastern governors are not saying anything. All they are saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must surrender to death, conquest. But 200 million resistance is coming. Yes. Watch. The world will celebrate Biafra soon. Not celebrate, I want to celebrate the president of Namibia for that signal about Biafra. And I can tell you, it is going to come. And the center will not hold. The question I want to ask, is there anything Nigeria can offer Biafrans that Biafrans cannot offer themselves? Mention one thing that Nigeria will offer Biafrans and Biafrans cannot be able to offer themselves. So the whole thing is centered on the Biafran land. Nigeria is working today because of Biafra. Nigeria is working today because of crude oil. Nigeria is in unity, the so-called unity, because of crude oil. But unfortunately, they have infiltrated the eastern region, created South, created Ogun, created the Ndoki, created this one, and they are destroying our land. That is absolutely unacceptable. There's nothing Nigeria can offer Biafrans that Biafrans cannot achieve. I've not seen one. Other than electricity, they don't have it. Education, zero. The military has been balkanized. The police are running away. No, the youth are not joining the...
And expect him to act. Is Donald Trump a terrorist member? Is Donald Trump a terrorist boss? Is Donald Trump a member or a sponsor or encourager? What do you take him for? You think Donald Trump is like Bola Ahmed Tinubu that you people will just round up and begin to rant against and nothing will happen? If they burn the way, may they try them. Write the petition and let me know if Donald Trump will be friends with terrorists. Those that have tried it, go and ask Hezbollah, go and ask Hamas as they go. Now they know as they go. Who you be, you can be Nigerian terrorist. Nigeria, how many in a day? I beg man, I go sleep with and I go rest. You see that embassy? Do you think if that embassy is not correct or it's not something that's supposed to be, do you think that Donald Trump will tolerate it? Do you think that Donald Trump will welcome it? Do you think that Donald Trump will allow it in the first place? Or the initiative or the idea, not to talk of standing it? Do you know where that place is being opened? We are talking about Washington, D.C., the heartbeat of America. One of the heartbeats of America. You cannot mention America without mentioning Washington, D.C. So, and that is where Biafran embassy been established and it stand today. So, and let me tell you, do you know why Donald Trump allowed it? Because Biafra has been recognized as a nation. We have become a nation. In case you don't.
But funny enough, we saw how this morning the Yoruba people seem to be defending the Igbos against the Fulani, and they were asking them, what is your problem with them, the Biafran embassy? That your own son or your Oga Sheikh Gumi was voted from Saudi Arabia. Fulani has going to kill people in Plateau, in Benue State. Why can't they talk about that? What is their concern with the Biafran embassy? What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, that is why it's good that they are asking them that question. Let them come out and answer it. Anything that relates to Igbos, they know the importance of Igbos and they know the advantage that that embassy has to play and the promotion it has promoted Biafra. And that is why they are scared, because they are too lazy.
They are lazy?
Yeah, they are lazy. Because if they are not lazy...
But did you hear what that Fulani man said this morning? He said, if the North separate from Nigeria, every part of Nigeria will suffer, because it is the North who is feeding Nigeria with cow and with food. If you not leave Nigeria, I will not go to suffer truly.
My brother, I don't know about others, so, but I and my family are not going to suffer. And the Fulani has never fed me for one day. Rather, I'm the one feeding Fulanis. Fulani never clothed me, but I'm the one I've clothed Fulanis here in Lagos. Many of them. Then they rent and they don't get house and they don't feel pay house rent. Wait till they try to tell me.
But the food that you are eating, they are bringing that food from the north. Even the cow, even the goat.
But the cow and Nigeria, they chop cow. In my place, we know they chop cow. Now, as I come Lagos, I come the chop cow, which you know, when I travel, I spend 3 weeks, almost 1 month in my village. I no chop cow, no cow there. Before these people, see, there is something I want you to understand. Before these people, you forget where I come from. We are farmers, we are known as farmers. We farm. Just the same way they farm, we too farm. I'm from Ebonyi State. We are known with the farming. So we are farmers too. So a Fulani man cannot boast to me or come and brag to me in terms of farm product, in terms of food. If you talk of cassava, even as of today, or further rice, where is it coming from? The local rice you are talking about is from Ebonyi State. It's from Ebonyi State. So what are you saying? In my place, we are no longer eating cow because we have goat and we have our own native cow. We have our own native cow. We have different meats that we are eating. So their cow is nothing. And we go to farm, we have our distinct farm product, we take and we enjoy ourselves. So they can boast to any other person, they cannot boast to Igbo people, much especially Ebonyi State. So if they are bragging, let them have the limit of their bragging. They should know where they will take it to. Do you understand me? So my beloved brother, they are not the one feeding Nigeria. Because if actually they are the one feeding Nigeria, these people are wicked. They will take that food away from me and you. They know that the people feeding Nigeria, that is why you see them, they are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that Igbos do not go. Now Igbos, they feed Nigeria. Biafra is the one feeding Nigeria. The economic growth of Nigeria, if Nigeria is growing today economically, is the what? Igbos contribution. When you separate, in fact, they are using indirect word. Let me put it that way. They are using indirect word. The reason why they don't want Igbos to go, Biafra to go, or anything about Biafra, you see them kicking against it, was that if Biafra depart from Nigeria, Nigeria will not survive. That is what it means. But they are using indirect, using metaphor.
So are you saying that Biafra is more important to Nigeria than the North?
Of course. Not just in Nigeria, all over the world. Go and do your findings. Baba, carry me on a Fulamana or a Yoruba man now. May we go Chinese embassy. Now there you go know the importance of Biafra man, Igbo man, in the heart of the Chinese. They go tell you, say we are coming to give them money. Igbos will first. Business. You know, China like money.
But then,
they promote the economy of any nation we enter. We promote the economy, we contribute to that because we understand the importance of growth. we understand the importance of what development. You can see in Lagos State here, how many Fulanis are importing goods? How many of them are paying, counting 20-something million to drop because of the goods for one container? How many of them are importers in Lagos State? How many of them are renting house? See their children, let me capture one there. Now Fulani pikin. How many Igbo pikin you go see say by this time wetin they do for road when you make today school? But then, if you know say you go there with her and papa.
But then we have seen that angle that the guy said that the Igbos will not come close to power until they abandon Biafra.
Because we don't need the power. That is why we
power to be a president.
We don't need it. The one that have ruled Nigeria, Chitra, Aguero 7 months in Nigeria. What was the outcome? The one that sold the Igbos out